Welcome to What's Your Why Wednesday. I'm Trish.
And I'm Brad with Summit Path Coaching.
We had the opportunity to go to an incredible car show this past weekend, and it really got us thinking. How many of you have had a dream to own a luxury car, a sleek sports car, a custom modified truck, a custom motorcycle, or maybe a vintage classic that takes you back to yesteryear?
It is a great dream to have, and the truth is that you can have it. But at Summit Path Coaching, we teach that financial freedom is about building habits and mindsets that allow you to achieve those dreams purposely and wisely.
Exactly. That dream vehicle, you need to consider that as a toy. And saving for toys only happens after all the consumer debt is completely paid off and your true needs, like your home and your retirement savings, are fully budgeted for.
So the question becomes, how do we handle everyday vehicle purchase until you reach that point of financial freedom? Let's walk through the 4 rules of vehicle buying using our Ascend framework to gain some clarity and build a strategy. Rule number 1, the 50% rule. Rule number 1 requires some stark awareness. The total value of all your vehicles in your household should not equal more than 50% of your annual salary.
So if your household makes $100,000 a year, the total value of the cars sitting in your driveway, that's all things with wheels and motors, should not exceed $50,000.
Why? Because anything with a motor is a depreciating asset. It is a rock dropping in water. You never want to tie up a massive percentage of your hard-earned net worth in things that are mathematically guaranteed to go down in value. That is the opposite of wealth building. Keep your money moving upward, not parked in the driveway, losing thousands of dollars a year. Rule number 2, cash only, no loans.
Rule number 2, buy those cars with cash. No loans, period.
A lot of people push back on this, but let me break down the strategy and let me tell you why. Here, a car payment is the biggest wealth stealer in the middle class. When you take out a loan, you are paying interest on an asset that is actively losing value. It is a double hit to your finances. Plus, a loan introduces risk into your life. If you lose your job or face a medical emergency, that bank still wants that car payment, that $600 or $700 a month. When you own the car in cash, you protect your monthly cash flow.
And from a mindset perspective, when you hand over physical cash for a car, you feel the weight of that purchase. It naturally forces you to make a more disciplined, rational decision rather than an emotional one based simply on what monthly payment can I afford. Rule number 3, the trade-up execution.
Now, you might be asking, Brad, Trish, how do I buy a car in cash when I don't have $30,000 sitting in the bank? This is where the execution phase of our Ascend model comes in.
Buying a car in cash and avoiding a car payment for the rest of your life is absolutely doable. Here's how you go from a modest car to a great car over time. Start by buying a mechanically sound, older car for whatever you can pay for in cash right now. Let's say $5,000.
You drive that $5,000 car for 12 to 18 months. Every month you drive it, you take what you would have been paying in your car payment, that's $600 or $700, put it in a bank. Over 12 months, you will have anywhere from, let's say, $7,200 to $8,500. Then that $5,000 car treated you well will barely devalue at all over those 12 or 18 months.
So after 12 months, you've saved, let's say, modestly $7,200, and you sell that original car for the $5,000 you bought it for. Now you have $12,200 to buy your next car in cash. You repeat this cycle, upgrading your car every year or two until you're driving a phenomenal car, completely debt-free. It takes discipline, but it works. Rule number 4, the leasing trap.
Rule number 4, and I'll be very blunt here, no leasing, never, don't do it.
Leasing is heavily marketed as a way to drive a car you couldn't otherwise afford. But we want you to have full clarity on this. Leasing is the most expensive way to operate a vehicle.
When you lease, you're essentially just renting the depreciation of your car, but that's not all you're paying. You're paying built-in interest and fees. At the end of the term, you have zero equity. You don't own the asset. Add in the mileage restrictions, the wear and tear charges, and the higher insurance limits they force you to carry, and you are literally bleeding cash. Do not lease vehicles. The payoff, buying the dream.
We know these rules take discipline, but let's go back to that dream car that we saw at that car show. The one we talked about in the beginning. The classic Mustang, the luxury SUV, the custom truck.
Once you have navigated your way out of debt, once your emergency fund is full and your retirement is on track, then you set a clear budget for that toy. You do your research, you find exactly what you want,
and you buy it in cash. When you buy your dream car this way, there's no guilt. There's no stress about the monthly payment. It truly fits into your overall financial plan, and you can just follow your why and enjoy the ride.
If you are ready to build a structured, actionable plan to get out of debt and start funding your dreams, we are here to guide you.
Click the link in the description below to book your free discovery, assessment, and consultation. Let's start your Ascend journey today. Please remember to subscribe to our page and like, and we'll see you next Wednesday on What's Your Why Wednesday.